We started the fire.
Yes, the fire rises.
How come you don't want me, man?
I have failed this city.
Today we face the monsters that are at our door and bring the fight to them. We will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. This day we fight! That's how winning is done.
Greetings, everybody, and welcome to the Friday Night Frenzy, where Wonder Bat's canon and the topics, well, they're more like a set of guidelines than actual rules. First things first, I kind of wanted to address this. So unfortunately, Iron Inquisitor was not able to come on the show. It's kind of some background noise that we couldn't kind of square away, so he's hanging out here in the comments. So his expertise will be called upon for the PS Vita. So thank you, Iron Inquisitor, for still helping out. We really do appreciate you. And you're more welcome on the stream anytime. So I just want to make that perfectly clear. We love you, brother. So sorry things didn't work out, but another time, my friend. But one who is joining me is the man who I'm currently in a beef with over lasagna. For some reason, I think one of our regulars pointed out, like, I think it was Happy Dino that said, "How the fuck did this even start? Like, how did that start? Lasagna beef." Did you see the post I did in the Discord?
Yeah. It started rather funnily. I'll admit this, because it like burned into my brain. I forget whether it was you and one of the other hosts, whether it was Kai on Tuesday, fuck names, and me do not get along.
C.A. Pence.
C.A. Pence, whether it was C.A. Pence or the Saturday stream, I made a comment that I'm eating lasagna, and both you and the other host went, "You bastard."
If it was Saturday, then that would have been the former host Caster. So
Caster, yeah, it would have been you and Pence, or you and Caster, and it went, "You bastard." And then after that, every time I had lasagna, I just mentioned it, and everybody went nuts.
And then every time that I had lasagna, I mentioned it. So for those who don't know, I have a Discord. It's invite only. If you want an invite, message me and I'll consider it. But like I made lasagna today, and I posted a picture of lasagna with me flipping the bird, and I called out Ingram on it.
Yep, and I went, "Oh no! Oh wait, I have some."
So yeah, it's kind of basically like a private in-joke between me and Ingram at this point. It's funny.
It's just funny.
It has been a crazy week, my friend. Like, it seems like everybody was just waiting to drop all their announcement this week,
Yeah, it's the weekend or the week before Thanksgiving.
November's been a bit of a dry month. I'm just gonna say that. Which, if you know what it's end November, that kind of makes sense.
Yep.
They couldn't hold. Oh God, I'm so skirting the line right now. It's not even funny.
Yeah, you're skirting the line, but I mean, everybody wants to get all their Christmas information out as soon as possible. That's all I'm gonna say.
Most definitely. So, yeah, let's kind of talk about these headlines, shall we?
Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
All right, so we got basically 3 headlines, and then I'll do some updates for Phoenix Press stuff. So, what we got is Mario Brothers movie trailer, Fallout 2 trailer, and Steam hardware. If you follow me on Twitter, you know I'm simping for the Steam hardware pretty hard. I am not. My bias is full on display here. But Ingram, which one do you want to talk about first?
Let's get the Steam hardware out of the way, because that is on my mind too. Hard.
all that dry turkey out there. Oh gosh. Oh.
Hooded Raven. Hooded Raven, my man.
So in case you don't know, Hooded Raven recently won the lottery. He didn't tell us, but he picked me up in a screen used Jurassic Park Jeep. Like literally Ian Malcolm's butt had sat where my butt was. It was, you know, I
Okay.
it was a weird feeling being in a screen used Jurassic Park Jeep. But apparently Hooded Raven. I'm joking, by the way. I'm joking.
Yeah,
But
no kidding.
or am I?
No, we don't know. I mean, who knows? Maybe Hooded Raven secretly has a DeLorean that I desperately desire. How dare he?
Not just a DeLorean, but a time traveling DeLorean.
Exactly.
Yeah, he wishes. LOL. Iron Inquisitor, could you take a picture of it and send it to me so I can show it on stream if you could? I
Sure.
appreciate that.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
But yeah. Okay, so we're doing the Steam stuff first. All right. So I got all this stuff pulled up and there we go. All right. So for those old heads out there, about 10 years or so ago, they tried to do a Steam machine. All right, okay, I just ordered this. You would see me have a Jurassic Park Jeep, the Batmobile. Oh, that is a good lineup, or even. They tried to do the Steam machine, it failed. But then they did the Steam Deck, which, as you all know, I own a Steam Deck and I'm very biased. So now they're expanding the family. So I got the Steam controller, which is pretty cool. I'll probably buy that. Steam machine and Steam frame. The Steam frame is basically kind of like their version of the Oculus Quest, where it has hardware on board to let you play VR games without having to tether to your computer. The Steam machine is basically a computer, like a consoleized kind of computer thing. And I am very, very interested because this could be game changing because they're building an ecosystem. They're building kind of like an Apple style ecosystem, like with the Steam machine being the center of it. So, for example, Steam machine. And let's say I have the Steam machine. I can remote play on my Steam Deck through Wi-Fi, using the Steam Deck that I already have. Or you could do it with your Steam frame. It's just yeah, I was going to get to that. It really does depend on the right price because it needs to be between $400 and $500. Anything more than $500, and it's not worth it. It is not worth it because $500. Just get a PS5. Just get an Xbox.
Yeah. It's really that dancing that line because if they're not lower than, then they're almost broadcasting we're as good as these people, which means they're going to have the similar flaws, and they don't want that.
My prediction is so they have a 512 and a 2 terabyte. My prediction is the 512 is going to be $400 to $500, either $450 or $500, and the 2 terabyte is going to cost $200-$300 more than that. So 512 will be between $600 and $700.
Yeah, I buy that because
like a 2 terabyte. But also, by the way, the internal SSD is easily replaceable.
Yes. I have an external 3 terabyte hard drive for my PC. That cost about $120.
Yeah, I'm actually going to be buying a 2 terabyte NVMe stick, and that costs about $150. Also, micro SD. Another cool thing they said is so you can take that micro SD card from like your Steam Deck, your frame, and plug it in, and it'll play without any issues.
That's a lot smoother than what PlayStation or Xbox has. I'll put it that way. Damn.
Also, like these people are calling it the GameCube, like Gabe Newell, but GameCube. And also these front plates, I'm really excited because there's gonna be so many cool plates. And then also, that people are gonna do a skin to make it look like a GameCube.
Oh yeah, very much so. They're gonna make it look like a GameCube, or they're gonna start putting their favorite games on the box.
Also, this LED strip I think is really freaking cool. Like apparently, like if you're installing a game, it'll be like a loading progress bar, and other things.
I keep talking about it, but that reminds me. If you haven't seen the series, I don't blame you. It's old, but that moving light back and forth, that's Kit from Knight Rider. That's what the car does. It bounces back and forth, a red light on the car.
But like I'm sure there'll be customizations for stuff like that. But like I'm very excited. So I will the controller is probably going to be between $60 and $80. I think I'm about 90% certain that's going to be the cost of this.
Yeah.
This one, depending on the price, and then this. I don't know. Like that one's probably going to cost like $300-400. I'm not a VR person, but
I'm not a VR person.
The Steam machine, I'm interested in.
The Steam machine, I'm interested in. Obviously, the Steam Deck, because you can take it and go wherever you want to go.
Yeah. Yeah, and the Steam Deck looks to be supported for like at least the next couple of years. I love the D brand skin for the new Steam machine. It's a companion cube. Yes. And then somebody posted a Steam machine like orange. I swear, if they do not have a special edition orange box Steam machine, I will riot because it's perfect. It's like the perfect synergy, because orange box, that was like the big deal. It's a literal orange box. Yeah,
just to rub a little salt in the wound. Oh, that would be perfect.
The new system does look nice. Yes.
All
right. So next up, we are going to talk about Fallout, the new Fallout series, and which they just dropped trailer 2. So we got more information. Let's kind of check out the trailer here. I don't think we'll get copyright struck, but if we do, I do apologize to the people who are watching this on the replay, because we're about to get a cut.
Yep.
So I've seen a lot of things. Many a tear have to fall. Crazy things.
Cool. Rad Scorpion.
Unnatural things.
Rad Roach.
But good people? No. That girl I met. All in the wonderful I would be a good person too if I grew up in some cozy little impenetrable home. I would have to steal and stab and fib all the goddamn time just to get by.
Oh my God, Norm got swole. Like holy crap, he got swole. He got big.
What exactly is it you plan on doing once we find your daddy?
Gonna bring him to justice.
I'm gonna cover my eyes for now. I don't want to see any spoilers. All right, I'll let you know when it's done, Hooded Raven.
Used to believe in those things too.
I wastelanded for 200 years. I've kept myself alive for one reason.
So that might be the plant vault.
To find my family.
Well then, you're gonna need friends.
That is a super mutant.
There's a war coming.
Is that Helios 1? I don't think so.
I understand we're discussing the Civil War.
I do not like that. I do not like that. Oh, hey, Happy Dino.
Hey, Happy Dino.
It's House! It's Mr. House! Alright. Let's just kind of end. Alright. Hooded Raven, if you can hear me, I have stopped the trailer.
Yeah.
That alright, so we're going to discuss it, but in a non-spoiler way, for Hooded Raven's sake.
Yes.
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
It's looking like they're probably going to canonize. They're very clearly going to canonize At least one of them. It looks like they're definitely canonizing one ending. I'm not gonna like. There's some speculations about like what it will be, but they're definitely going to.
Yeah, and it's canon to which game? That's the question.
Am I the only one who finds E for Everyone rating cute and wholesome on the games? What games? Because this like Fallout is an M-rated game.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're not wrong. E for Everyone is wholesome.
I mean, my fists are rated E for Everyone. Sorry, the joke was there.
Yeah, it was there.
My goal was avoid most of it, so I can. That won't be overhyped for me. Fair enough.
Yeah.
We there's a very good chance we'll do a week-to-week. Would you guys be interested if we do like a week-to-week discussion of the show? Because like it airs one episode a week. Because like we can do a breakdown afterwards if you guys want to do that. Because like I'm probably gonna watch it week to week. I'm thinking about doing it like a very high likelihood. Oh, games in general. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that part. Happy Dino.
Yeah, I agree with you on that part for sure. There needs to be an E for Everyone category because there just needs to be some wholesome games.
Good dad jokes with your fist, and if you too like some dad jokes, and make sure because remember the like button is E for Everyone too, so make sure to click it. Click that like button.
Look, Nick.
Jason. He says, "Who's the girl that you have with your profile picture here?" All right, Jason. Chill.
That girl is actually the lead character of the novel I'm working on. That's who that is. I have an artist drawing the characters. Because I'm going to do a World Anvil entire page after page for my novel. So I have an artist doing the artwork for characters. That way I have at least a picture to put there, so it's not just blank. So that's what's going on there.
All right.
And I found the artist through the World Anvil Discord. That's how we met. So I met them there.
Okay. So, Hooded Raven is hype. Oh, we got Black Reaper Kai. He just says page.
I don't have a page. Go ahead.
Yeah, if you have a link to share, feel free to share it, Jason.
Oh, I don't have a link yet. I don't have the page up.
Tell you what, just drop your X account. People can follow you there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, just.
I'll drop my X account on the tube.
Yeah, so follow Jason if you want more updates. I guess that's the best thing. So yeah. I'll be playing Fallout New Vegas on stream, probably for Saturdays. Watcher should be there. I need to kind of reconfirm it, and maybe CA Pence. I actually talked to Pence about this. The only reason he would show up on Saturdays because Watcher the Dam might be there. Mm-hmm. I mean, I do respect the man's priorities, so that will be a freaking chaotic stream because we'll have Jason Ingram, Watcher of the Damned, and Pence, and I'm playing Fallout. So if I can pull that off, that'll be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. All right, I'm dropping my X account right here. Here you go, guys. That's my X account.
All right, so follow Jason on X for all the updates on his stuff. So yeah, I don't know who did call you Black Creeper Kai. I don't remember summoning you. Oh, remember? I think it was a Tuesday stream. I mentioned Black Reaper Kai, and then he just popped up in chat like a few minutes later. Yeah, I literally summoned him. Speak of the Kai, and he shall appear.
Yeah, exactly. That's what happened. We were just sitting there chatting, and we brought up Black Reaper Kai, and he's like, he's not here. And then, boop, he's there. That was funny. That was just, we did not plan this.
No, there was no discussion. There was literally no discussion on the matter. All right, I'm just gonna save an image right now. Okay, cool. Yeah, so you got one more topic, then we'll move on to the main event. So they dropped the trailer for the Mario movie, and it looks fine. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm concerned about some of the girl bossiness. Like, they seem to learn their lessons, but I'm gonna go see it. I'm probably gonna go see it, like either in theaters or on video.
Yeah, one of the two.
And you know, but yeah, I would play the trailer, but the trailer just doesn't really. I don't know.
Yeah. From what I've seen of it, I watched a little bit of it. At least they're keeping the plot of the first movie intact. They're not just starting fresh.
Well, yeah, I don't know why they would start fresh. That wouldn't really make much sense.
Yeah, no, that's what I was afraid of that they would do. That they would just kind of ignore the first. That happens more often than I'd like to admit.
All right, Iron. I sent you a link for the trailer on Twitter, so you can check it out if you want. Yeah, so we're just gonna kind of go past this. So, all right, main event time. Oh, wait, before I do that, a few quick updates on Phoenix Press stuff. So, we are shipping out the final copies of Lost Kingdom to the Kickstarter backers. So at this point, we're gonna move forward. It's gonna be wide release next month. So for all of you who mixed the Kickstarter last year for Lost Kingdom, the book will be on sale next month. But if you're in the Metro Detroit area, there'll be a convention in Port Huron, Blue Water Comic Con. I will be there. I'll have Screecher. I'll have 5 copies of Lost Kingdom for sale if you want to grab them there. Or you can just wait a month and buy them on Amazon or Barnes & Noble. So that's cool. As far as Screecher, still waiting for the Kickstarter money. That should hopefully come next week. Because it's like 2 weeks and it'll be 2 weeks on Sunday. So it's just a waiting game right now. And we're still within like the 2-week window. So everything's all good with that. Once that comes in, we're going to go straight to printing. We're hoping to be shipping out the books December or January, February at the latest. So there's that. And I am hard at work on Screecher Volume 2. We're in the editing stages of the script. So Vaughn Coleman is the editor. He has come if you like Phenomenova, which I don't know why you wouldn't. It's a great book. You also check it out. But Vaughn Coleman is helping me to edit Volume 2, and I must say it has been a joy. The guy is a breeze to work with. He gives great notes, and I really honestly feel like he is making Screecher Volume 2 freaking amazing. So,
Yes.
And then all right, so let me just say, and in 2 weeks' time, he'll be on the stream because we're doing the Friday night feature on the 28th. We're doing Jingle All the Way, and Vaughn Coleman will be there to help us review it. So that'll be interesting. But all right, there's all the updates for now. So let's talk about probably the greatest. It's a little bit too warm in here. Sorry, I overdressed. But let's talk about the greatest handheld ever. The Sony PlayStation Portable. Oh gosh. So Iron, you said you were a fan of the Vita. Can you tell us in the chat why the Vita was so special, like and all that stuff? Because like I was supposed to have him on here to talk about the Vita, but things didn't work out. So he's helping out in chat. So he's still here in spirit.
Yep.
But yeah, the Vita. Oh gosh.
See, I missed out on the Vita.
I did too. I was a 3DS guy during that generation. I actually still have a 3DS. 3DS is great.
I missed out for financial reasons, but I had friends that had it, and they said good things about it. That I know.
Yeah. Like, trust me, Vita fans are very vocal. I personally never really saw the point. It had some cool games, console quality stuff, but the PSP is a stuff of magic for me. I actually did charge it up last night, so
Nice.
The nostalgia there.
Yeah, no, that's just that's the PlayStation sound I remember.
So for those who don't know, this is a Vita PSP 2000, and yes, Cora is my wallpaper. I mean, come on.
I don't blame you. She looks pretty.
Yeah. And the best part of the PSP is the modding. I am using a bit of an outdated mod, to be honest. I'm using Pro C, which I believe is kind of outdated, but I just haven't really done the new mod stuff. So,
Yeah.
All right. So the Vita was one of the last 3 handhelds to try and compete with Nintendo. I have both the 3DS and Vita, but I like the 3DS more. Fair enough.
Fair enough. I mean, to each their own.
Yeah.
I mean,
so Black River Kai blames me for the Vita failing. Fair enough, actually. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
So for those who don't know, I do have the categories light mod. But wait. The first game you said was Assassin's Creed Bloodlines.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have it on here.
I see. I forget which Assassin's Creed was for handheld and which was for console.
All right. Yep. So okay. So like I do have the categories light plugin, which it does make organization a bit easier, I'll say.
Nice.
Then I got like some PS1 games. It's not really showing up that well.
Yeah,
memories.
No, yeah, you can. I can at least tell what it is based on the picture. So.
All right. But yeah, so like this thing was great to play like Game Boy Advance games on. Like this was kind of like people's first introduction to emulation right here.
Really?
I always wanted Shin Budokai in all the movies. Yeah. PSP movies were a thing.
Really? Did not know that. Now I regret not having it.
Yeah, like they actually released UMD movies.
Huh. That's the first iteration of portable movies. Like in your hand. Like you can do with your cell phone now. Oh my.
Like, look at the blasphemy! I have Pokemon on my PSP!
That is emulation at its finest. To take something meant for something else and using it on their competitor.
Yeah, I first saw they're hell on the battery for the movies, though. Yeah, they are. I first saw the PSP with my aunt, bought a 1000 bottle back in 2005. Yeah, this is a 3000 model. My childhood, yes. So like I had a PSP back in the day. This is not my childhood PSP. I think I got this like mid 2010s, and I've had it since. But
that would have been my college years, and I was actually focused on trying to do college right.
The thing is, I gotta say, holding it in the hand, this thing is really freaking comfortable. Like it fits in the hand. Like I don't know. I just never.
I was about to say, let me see the frame rate, the frame of it again. Yeah, that looks like that would fit better in the hands than say a PlayStation or a Game Boy. It really does.
I actually felt like I don't know. It's like the thing is, a lot of the older consoles are made for smaller hands. Like I personally don't like the Game Boy Advance SP is great, but oh god, I sometimes get like hand cramps playing that.
Mm-hmm.
Versus this one was made, I think, for like teenager or adult hands, because like this one was actually a little bit more expensive.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Now that you mentioned that, and I think about it, yeah, the Game Boy is meant for little kid hands, but this is meant for an adult's hands.
Yeah, and it still fits pretty well. Depends what Game Boy. Like, I would argue, like people say, like the original DMG Game Boy is uncomfortable, and I don't know. I've always found that to be pretty comfortable. And like I have a Game Gear, and oh my god, that thing is it's so comfortable in the hands. It is crazy because like it's a big thick boy, and like it's got kind of rounded edges. Like basically for me, if it's a bigger handheld, there has to be grips. Like that's why I love the Steam Deck.
Yeah, there has to be some kind of a grip to it.
Yeah, I actually don't really have any of my UMD games. I just have one left. And this is what they came on. This is Mega Man Maverick X, Mega Man Maverick Hunter X. Which is actually, it's a remake of the first Mega Man game. That sounds like a you problem, my friend. Claudio the Chance of Meatballs. Yeah, I've had you. Yeah, they were really cool. Let's see here. I'm trying to go. The original is big. Yeah, like the pocket I wasn't really a fan of, but the color, because the color, like if you ever see it, kind of has like that big ass to it. You know, the battery board. They actually made it pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
So the way, for those who don't know, the way this worked is, kind of slid it in, bam.
Wow, that looks smooth.
Oh, that thing's struggling. Holy crap.
Wow. Well, I mean, it's old, so.
Yeah. I played all of them. Did my disk drive just die? I think my disk drive just died. Holy crap.
Everyone, we must bow our heads in mourning in this moment. We are sorry, disk drive. We did not mean this to happen.
Holy crap. Yeah. You just saw my disk drive die live on screen. Holy crap.
Oh no.
It's not the end of the world.
Oh no. No.
I don't even use the disk drive on this thing anymore.
Yeah.
The only thing is now I don't have an excuse. Yep, it's dead. Holy crap!
It died. It tried. It tried, ladies and gentlemen. It tried.
Yeah, you heard it. I was like, because I wanted you to hear the noise, because it was making noises that like don't usually make.
Yeah. Rest in peace, disk drive. Yes, happy dino.
See, the thing is, oh yeah. Actually, yeah, I had that forever. That was my first encounter with Persona 3. I actually think I have it. Let's see here. Yep, Persona 3 Portable right here. That is how I played Persona 3 originally. See, the only thing is, now I don't have an excuse because there is a mod that replaces a battery with like a bigger battery, except you have to get rid of the disk drive. Now I don't have an excuse. So like, at some point, I'll probably refurbish this. And I'm probably just going to get the bigger battery for this because I have no excuse now.
Yeah, you now have no excuse.
Let's see here. I still have my color, not my original. Yeah. So my first Game Boy was a red Play It Loud. And then I had the Atomic Purple, which was kind of like the same one everyone else had. Yeah, so if I ever get a Game Boy Color again, it's going to be Atomic Purple just because it's what I had as a kid. I had the Indigo Horizontal GBA. And then my first PSP was a 1000, which those things were a chonker. The thing is,
you could use it as a hammer? But that's still in me.
Possibly, but it would probably shatter after the second swing.
Oh.
I had to lubricate the disc drive on mine since I had it. My parents sent it down. Fair enough. Yeah, that's probably what happened with mine is it hadn't been lubed or whatever. But, I mean, I hardly use the disc drive, so it's not really that big of a loss. It's like, oh well. Because, I just use it for emulation. Well, the emulation, but, I have a bunch of stuff on here. Mine was green in color. Yeah, there was a lot of really good special editions, like the Red God of War. There was a black one. Let me show you a picture. Iron Inquisitor sent us this picture of his PSP, and I gotta say, she's a beauty. She's a beauty.
Damn you, Jurassic Park. Damn you.
So yeah, this is Iron Inquisitors. I think that's a reshell on the disc, if I believe correct. Iron Inquisitor. And oh my god, this looks beautiful. This is a beautiful PSP.
That looks gorgeous.
That kind of Pelham blue just looks gorgeous. I'm happy one of my local grocery stores had a promotion where if you spend a certain amount of money, you get a free turkey. You got a free turkey! Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's a good grocery store.
All right, so Hood of Ravens lurking. Okay, yep, that's fine.
Yep.
Kind of like the other big deal with the PSP was they had GTA on the PSP, which for those who don't realize it, getting like a GTA 3 and Vice City experience on the PlayStation at the time. But enough about that. The blue PSP looks great. Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
The old disc shell fell apart one day. I think this is why I kind of gravitate towards the PSP, because my problem with the Vita is it didn't really have that many original games on its own. It was basically, to me, it was kind of a ports machine. I've had the DS. I do like the DS. I'm not saying the DS is a bad system. I'm very much a fan of the 3DS. Like, just wait till we do our Nintendo handheld retrospective. That's going to be a fun time.
Yep.
So for those who don't know, we're doing a series on like all the Sony stuff, and we're probably going to do it with like all the major consoles. Nintendo, we're going to have to do two separate retrospective series: a Nintendo console, Nintendo handheld, just because there's so many of them.
Yes.
But yeah, so there will be a retrospective on the DS.
And the Xbox, we're just going to hit with a nuke and call it a day. We're done. I'm joking, people. I'm joking.
As a physical media guy, I'm still mourning over the disc drive. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it has been... it's been a dream of mine to like have a complete collection of PSP games. I still might do that. Like, I used to have a big collection of games, but I sold them because like I don't have room for them. I don't have money to collect. But trust me, if I become like rich and famous, I will start buying video games. So buy lots of copies of Screecher. Buy lots of copies of Lost Kingdom. Fund my retro video game addiction.
Yes. And if I get done with this novel, please buy it. That way I can buy a GameCube again and get all the games that I wanted. Again.
Tell you what. Tell you what. How about we like do like a funding goal to where, okay, I'm gonna make a promise right now, and Ingram, get the Patreon link ready.
Oh yeah. On it.
I sack the nuke back to lurking. If you guys can get if you guys can get us to 15 paying followers on Patreon, I will buy Jason a GameCube.
Yeah, there we go.
No, I'm not going to crowdfund it. I'm going to buy him a GameCube. One controller, all the hookups, and one game of his choosing under a certain amount.
Yeah, that's going to be the key thing. Copy text. There we go.
You know, I am making this promise. Get us to 15 followers on Patreon, and I will buy him a GameCube.
Yep.
I think it'll probably be at least $50, maybe $100 for the game, kind of thing.
The Patreon is dropping now. There you go.
Okay. The UMDs are pretty cool, but it's probably a good thing. Yeah. I got to admit that. I think Sony kind of dropped the ball with the memory cards. Because. All right, I got to turn this thing off for a second because I'm going to take out the memory stick, and if I do that while it's on, it might mess some things up. One of the best parts about being a later adopter of the PSP is they have memory stick adapters. So, and these are like dirt cheap on Amazon. So this is a memory stick adapter, and this is a 64 gigabyte Micro Center SD card.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I kind of do miss is the memory sticks for gaming systems. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm gonna do a quick diversion, kind of just like talk about Patreon, real quick since we're kind of on the topic here. But yeah, I've got my GameCube down with me here. It's platinum colored. Oh yeah, that platinum color. I've seen it in person. It's actually really good. All right. Let me just share my screen real quick. So I haven't talked about this, but like I do have a Patreon. He has dropped the link, so check that out. And we have 3 tiers. $1, you basically get like news updates, the feed access. For the $5 a month, you get to see behind the scenes stuff like videos, books. And you also can access the comics archive, all the digital back issues. And then for $10, you kind of can dictate what we do. So like, if you want to, like any topics you want to suggest, any games you want me to play on stream, suggest that. $5 is kind of like the sweet spot. Yeah, and I did start doing a watch thing of the Wheel of Time show on Amazon. I got 1 episode out at 5. When we get 5 people, I'm going to do the entire first season. Please don't make me do that.
I sympathize with you if they do this. If they do this, that means
Oh,
I'm going to suffer through it with you.
Yeah, I'm bringing you on for moral support.
I am 4 books into the Wheel of Time, and I just saw that first episode, and I'm like, no.
All right, let's get back to the comments. I think Sony dropped the ball in the PS4, in my opinion. Happy Dino, we'll talk about that next week, because next week we're doing PS4, PS5. So any like PS4 talk, I humbly ask. We'll talk about that next week, and that'll be the end of the Sony retrospective. Even in 2019, when Sony stopped making the Vita, I know that they eventually did get micro SD card adapters for the Vita, but that was like really late in the game. You're gonna get him Juggernaut from X-Men. I think there is an X-Men Legends game for the GameCube. I mean, I could.
Yeah, he could. Yeah, I'm going to be getting the game that I really want myself because that thing is now a beast to buy.
What is it?
Eternal Darkness Sanity's Requiem. Just picking it up off eBay is over $100.
Yeah, I'm not buying that for you.
No, I wouldn't ask you to. People don't want to give away that game unless it's an F ton of money.
I think whatever game you get, there is one game that I might also
oh, sure. Hit me with it.
Buy for you. Have you ever played Custom Robo?
No, I didn't. I heard about it, I think.
It's a really good game. Exclusive to the GameCube. It's complete $63, which it's actually not bad for a GameCube game.
Yeah, not bad.
But yeah, we're gonna have this discussion later.
Oh yeah, we can. Here's the thing. It's funny how these games were stupid cheap back in the day, but now they're like metric ton more because of how collectible they are.
The same thing's gonna happen to Wii U games. In fact, I think it's kind of already starting to happen.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I know Vita games can be kind of pricey, and even like PSP games. PSP games were always like pretty cheap. Some of them were pretty kind of expensive.
Yeah.
They
also did a lot of remakes or they put a lot of old games on these handhelds back in the day.
Yeah, like there's a bunch of PlayStation 1 ports, and even like PS2 ports, like like This is kind of during the era where you get like dedicated ports for like last gen and next gen ports.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm going to be honest with you, my favorite version of Star Wars Force Unleashed is actually the PSP version.
Really?
Yeah, you're one lucky son of a biscuit. I'll tell you that much. Because it's really weird. Because like I've had that happen to me a couple times. Like I remember when the PS this is actually relevant. The PS TV, which is a consoleized Vita. I remember when nobody wanted it. I remember it got down to as low as like $20. Now it's like $100, $200 or some ridiculous thing.
Wow. That's insane. Oh, I imagine if you actually had, which I did, the Nintendo, not the original NES, but the second version of it, I had that. And then I just gave it away to a woman who had
the top loader. The top loader, yeah.
The top loader. And I gave that away plus over 200 games for her grandchildren. Because I wanted to keep her away from a PlayStation for 5-year-olds.
Monster Rebirth is a good game for the Vita. I ordered it, got a cover. That's awesome, Joseph.
Yeah, that's nice.
See, the thing about yes, it is very much similar, but it has content that no other version has. Like they have like legacy, like you can reenact battles like Empire Strikes Back and the battle, kind of thing.
Oh, nice. I did not know that.
And like the God of War games are really good. Ghost of Sparta, Chains of Olympus, Force Unleashed. And the other thing that was really cool was the PSP was region free, so you could import Japanese games. Like, for example, I got a Kamen Rider game. Actually, I got 2 Kamen Rider games on here.
Nice. And
then another interesting one was Breath of Fire 3 for the PSP. So that game came out physically. It never actually came out on PSP in America, not even digitally. But it came out in the UK physically, and that's playable fully in English. So you could actually just had to import the UK version, which is actually what I did.
I did not know they did that. They're like, nah, US, you don't get this. Smack. Stop asking.
And Final Fantasy IV Complete Collection is actually my preferred version of Final Fantasy IV.
Really?
Because it comes with both the original and the after years on the same disc. Like, on the disc.
Interesting. I didn't know they did that.
So the after years was a sequel kind of thing they did for the WiiWare. But then they brought it out to the PSP on the disc. And they even added a third section called Interlude, which takes place in between.
Interesting. See, because I only know that game through, I forget whether it's Final Fantasy Chronicles or Final Fantasy Anthology, which was 2 games in one for the original PlayStation.
Yeah, like that's the other thing. Like they did ports of Final Fantasy 1, 2, damn you region locking, damn you all to hell. Yeah, that was the one bad thing about the 3DS. And trust me, when we get to the 3DS, we will be mentioning that. Is
with a hammer?
Locking.
With a hammer, hopefully.
You're not taking a hammer to my 3DS. I will.
No. To the idea.
I will stub your toe so hard that it will be forever in a stub tape.
Oh, duly noted. Yeah, we're not going to be damaging your device. What we are damaging is the idea of region lock.
And I'm going to be honest with you, Inquisitor. That is why I never really got on board the Vita. Because when your best game is a port of a game that came out 10 years prior, because Persona 4 originally came out on the PS2. And if your best game ever, or the best RPG, is a remake of it, I don't know.
Yeah,
it doesn't really help it stand out. It's like a band whose greatest hit is a cover. Like Alien Ant Farm. Like, yes, Alien Night Farm's cover "Smooth Criminal" is great. It is, I actually really enjoy that song. I like that cover, but it's still a cover of another song that's kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yes, Persona 4 Golden is great, but it's still a remake of another game. That's kind of my thing. But I know later on in life, the Vita kind of became the indie king. I think that's where it got most of its love. I mean, Vita fanboys can correct me, and that's fair. But like, I feel like Vita, for like the first few years of its life, nobody really talked about it. It's only when it started to go downhill and like you could get indie games spectacular there that really, really took off.
Yeah, I can see that being a thing. Like I said, I never got into it, but I can see that being a thing.
Yeah. So yeah, like I am sorry if we're really.
I mean,
that's because it seems like Sony stopped. I love how he said soy, but like I feel like that's a Freudian slip, but I'll allow it.
Yep.
Sony stopped making first party stuff right off the bat, put all their eggs in the PS4. Honestly, I don't really blame them. It wasn't really selling that well. And the problem is, if your console doesn't really launch, if you're not going to go anywhere. That's why when the 3DS came out and it struggled at first, that's why Nintendo was very aggressive, like slashing by 100, and doing the ambassador program, because they knew they needed to get that thing successful. And I mean, we'll touch more upon this in our Nintendo stuff, but like the 3DS is what kept Nintendo afloat in like the early 2010s. It's a fact.
That's the only thing anybody that I knew talked about regarding Nintendo was the 3DS. That's it. Nothing else.
But yeah, I think for the Vita, the problem was the memory card. Obviously, it had some good games like Uncharted Golden Abyss. Like, if I buy a Vita, it would probably be able to play Uncharted Golden Abyss, because like I like the Uncharted series. Like, having a portable Uncharted, like an original venture, a good idea.
Yes.
Like, that is a good idea. That was legit a good idea. And I think they did that with a few things like a portable Killzone, like be an original game. They should have done more of it. Like,
yeah, if they'd done more of that, it would have probably done a lot better.
Like, imagine a Last of Us game for the Vita, like a spin-off title or something. That would have been like, I'm not really a Last of Us fan, but like Last of Us at that time was and is freaking huge. But like, if you had a Last of Us game on the Vita, or even just port Last of Us to the Vita, you would have made bank.
You would have made bank. People are still talking about The Last of Us, not because of the TV show, but because of the game itself.
Because the thing is, Last of Us was originally a PlayStation 3 game, so like I feel like you could have probably ported Last of Us to the Vita. Got to see the Vita's full power potential because of this. Unlike with the PSP had so many games. Yeah, like that's the thing. Like the Vita literally has something for everybody. Like there's so many great variety of great games.
Yep.
I have Final Fantasy IV Tactics. Yeah, War of the Lions, the Final Fantasy Tactics remake, was really good. Imagine a God of War Norse mythology game coming out on the Vita, or
that would have been bank.
Horizon game on the Vita, because I'm trying to think of like the PS4 hits. Like imagine GTA 4 getting ported to the Vita.
That would have made bank. Seriously. There wasn't anybody who... All the games you just listed, people were talking about those games over and over and
Red Dead Redemption.
Yes. Red Dead Redemption.
Because I was thinking like anything PS3, they would probably still have to scale it down, but probably they could have made it work on the Vita. Anything PS3 or 360, like Mass Effect Trilogy on the Vita.
If they had done that, not only would they maybe bank, they'd still be producing it today.
Like
I'm
I
sorry.
I don't really see why. Like they would have to like cut it, pare it down, but like they could have done it.
They could
I
have.
think.
And Square Enix, not Square Enix, EA at the time would have been like, yes, do that. No doubt. And BioWare's team at that time would have been able to do it.
Yeah, like BioWare in the early 2010s. Oh gosh, that would have been interesting.
Peak BioWare.
Dragon Age Origins for sure could have ran on the Vita with some cut. If like a direct, like I'm talking about like a direct porting job, and they might have had to cut some stuff down, but I think Dragon Age Origins could have ran.
Dragon Age Origins would have been. That is still what RPG games are kind of based on. That it's not really turn-based, but it's you moving your part around and each player or each character doing a specific job. That is what's coming back.
I know Borderlands 2 kind of ran like crap on the Vita, but I just chalked it up to Randy Pitchford being an idiot. So
it's Randy Pitchford. Was he ever a genius? That's my question. I didn't know him at his peak, but
I want to find if I can find a 3DS game of Kingdom Hearts. You mean Dream Drop Distance? That was a 3DS Kingdom Hearts.
I'm gonna step out on a limb and probably get flogged for it. I never liked Kingdom Hearts. Never did.
Did the PS Vita ever get a Kingdom Hearts game?
Not that I know of.
Okay, so the PSP got birthed by sleep. Like, well, I'm gonna get going. Have a happy night, everyone. Happy night, happy Dino.
Yeah,
Enjoy
happy
your
night,
wrestling.
happy Dino.
Like Kingdom Hearts, like when they're doing the Kingdom Hearts collections, those could have ran on the Vita.
Yeah.
They're PS2 games. You know.
Yeah, there's not much space. It's like going, well, it's a PlayStation 1 game. We can't put it on PS2. No, they did, and they made bank.
To be fair, the PS2 can play PS1 games natively, so.
I don't want war. I really don't. All my friends loved Kingdom Hearts. They did.
See, I feel like any PS2 game, like they got, I think they got San Andreas running on the Vita, no problem. Gosh. Yeah, there's so much the because like I think the Vita was like in between PS2 and PS3, whereas like the PSP is in between a PS1 and PS2.
Yes. And the Vita, ironically, is in that perfect spot between PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3 to do the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't. And that's going to bite that. I mean, it did bite them in the butt, but still.
Yeah, like it did get some collections. Like I think it got like the Jack and Daxter collections or whatever. There should have been more of those. And it did get some, like it did get modern, like Marvel vs. Capcom 3, I believe, and some other stuff. But like, there's not enough like original content. I don't know, because it just kind of didn't really get like a system kind of has hit like a certain number of targets, in order for it to be viable. I don't think the Switch 2 has hit it yet, but it's very close. I'm good. Like I'm kind of waiting to see how the next year goes, because remember the Wii U actually did pretty decently at launch in its first year. It like I don't know. I think the Switch 2 is probably like I don't know. As much as I don't want to like the Switch, I kind of have to face reality in that like it's successful even if I don't like it.
Yeah, the Switch 2. As much as I hate it, if it succeeds, I have to admit to it.
Yeah, I'm kind of at the point where like I could see myself getting a Switch 2 eventually. Um, you know,
Yep.
but here's the thing. It's like, oh, you balked at the 450 for a Switch 2, but you gladly paid 500 for a Steam machine. Yeah, I did.
Yeah. But that's because the Steam machine is designed at that price range. Designed at
But
it.
I really like the idea of I have my PC on, but like I have my Steam machine on, but I'm remote playing it on my Steam Deck. So like I can still do all my PC stuff, even watching movies through my PC, but I'm still playing games on my Steam machine, you know?
Yeah, exactly. You can do both. That's what I did while writing some of my fan fictions. I'd have something playing on my PlayStation 3 video, movie, whatever.
Also, I just want to note, I'm sorry, Vita fanboys would roast me alive, and rightfully so if I did not point this out. What I just described with the Steam machine and the Vita, the Steam machine and the deck, literally was capable with the Vita and the PS4.
Really?
Okay. Yeah, remote play. That was actually a feature they pushed. Like you could play PS4 games on your Vita.
Now I regret not having a Vita.
So literally what I described looking forward to, Steam machine and deck, literally the Vita and PS4 could do 10 years prior. So I have to acknowledge that. I have to.
Yeah.
Because I knew because they would rightfully roast me alive if the Vita could do that 10 years prior. Like, okay, fair enough. I will give you that point.
Yeah, they get that point. They did it prior. Fair point. Then again, Sony's been in existence for over 100 years, so they got some brains behind it.
Also, to be fair, the Wii U had a similar feature to where you could play games on the gamepad where the TV didn't have to be on. So fair play.
Huh. Neat.
Yeah, I imagine if I had a PS4 and a Vita, I would probably do that a lot because that does sound cool. But they have literally said remote play is going to be a thing. You can play Steam machine games on your deck through Wi-Fi and whatnot. I don't know if they're going to go through your Wi-Fi or it's going to be broadcast and like they'll because like and the deck can pick it up. If it's that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to that because I've already got a deck and they pretty much signaled they're going to be supporting the deck at least for the next 2 years. And by the way, I will be getting the Steam Deck too.
Yeah, I'm probably going to get the Steam Deck original at some point. And now that I know this,
my best advice to you is wait for refurbished or Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, I agree. But now that I know the Steam machine's coming out,
and it has remote play,
and that's got me thinking. That's got me thinking. It really does.
So what do you think about the Steam frame? You know, it's basically like a standalone VR headset, which, by the way, you can also remote play your games through your VR headset.
See, it's a headset like that that's connected to a Steam machine. That is the only way.
The frame can actually work standalone. It actually has its own processors and whatnot.
Okay, so it can stand alone. It's only.
But it can also connect to the Steam machine.
Okay, it's a machine like that is the only way I'd ever play an FPS or an FP version of any Resident Evil, any horror game that go first person point of view. I can't do it while looking at a TV screen. It'd have to be through my eyes.
If I ever do get a Steam frame, you guys bet your sweet bottoms I will be doing streams where I stream VR games. And that oh god.
Okay. Okay,
like,
everyone.
Imagine me doing Resident Evil VR.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I was
like
about to say, guys.
Game, whatever.
You know what this means, everyone. If he gets this, we're gonna have to get him to Resident Evil 7, 8, or 9 FPS. Oh, that's just going to be classic because I've seen some people who, when the first person perspective eye set came out, they had a video of a guy doing a war game, and he himself personally was like ducking and dodging, like
I mean,
falling to the
honestly,
ground.
my dream VR setup is, you know, so you get the headset, the controllers, and an omnidirectional treadmill.
Oh,
Like, because the thing that I've always dreamed about is Skyrim VR and me walking. So like I can oh, for my morning walk, I walked from Riverwood to Whiterun and back.
yeah. Yeah, that would be dope. I couldn't do that, I mean, given my condition, but if I could, I would love that so much.
Well, the problem is movement is kind of a problem in VR games. That's why like the perfect VR games are stuff where you're like in a cockpit. So like No Man's Sky VR. Oh gosh, that is exciting to me.
Yeah, that's impressive.
I can't get a deck if the Steam machine is coming. You can get both. They work together.
Yeah, they're designed to work together, which is impressive.
Yeah.
And as you said, the Vita did it first, but not many people knew about it. And that's probably
Yeah.
also why it failed.
You know what this stream needs? It needs some cuteness.
Oh, that it does.
All right. Hey, Charco. You want to come say hi to some people? Oh, there you are, little buddy. Hey, girl. Yeah, she's been a little bit under the weather. I'm kind of worried about her, but, hopefully I don't know. She's been getting kind of slow lately, but, she's here.
Hopefully it's just a weekly thing or something simple.
Yeah, I don't know. There she goes. I would have gotten the Steam Deck had COVID not ruined things financially for me. Yeah. So for me, I basically sold my entire Switch collection. Because I had a Switch, the Switch One, and like a bunch of games, and I sold it, and I got like a really good deal. And I never looked back because the problem was I didn't like the Switch One. I felt it like playing it docked was fine. The Switch One controller, the Pro controller, thing of beauty. I love it. Probably one of my favorite controllers. The Switch One was always uncomfortable for me to hold for like gaming sessions. I really didn't like it. It felt weird. It felt like toy-like. Whereas the Steam Deck was great.
Yeah. Yep. I everything I've seen about the Steam Deck, it looks engaging, and it looks like you said in your hands, it looks like it's meant to be there versus they're just trying to ramrod it there.
Yeah.
And I mean, we've said it before. Neil is going to have to retire at some point, ladies and gentlemen. We can't keep him alive forever.
I really don't like this talk because he's 61 years old. Like
I know.
We're acting like he's on the death's door. Like, will it happen eventually?
Not.
Yes.
Yes. But he's fine. That's just something I noticed again today because of this news. It's not just him thinking this up, guys. It's everybody. It's not a one-man machine.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. For those who don't know, this is Charcoal. She's my girl. I love her. But yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But the system itself, the way, as you said, the fact that it's designed all of the pieces to work together in conjunction is impressive.
Yeah, but we're supposed to be talking about the PSP here, so
True.
So yeah, like Star Wars Force Unleashed definitely was one of my favorites. Played a lot of Persona 3. portable on it that was also really good. But yeah, here's the thing. Like, people don't realize this. PSP sold 80 million units.
80 million?
Yeah, it is literally one of the highest selling consoles of all time.
I did not know that. Impressive.
Now, granted, I think the DS sold over 100. But like the PSP is really the only console to truly give Nintendo a run for their money, in my opinion.
With those numbers, I believe you.
Like 80 million is no slouch. Like, and the fact it was going up against the DS, which is like one of the highest selling handheld Nintendo's ever done. That to me is amazing.
I can't. Back in the day, I didn't focus on that, but in my later years, which is now,
the Vita sold 10 to 15 million.
10 to 15 million. Even that in and of itself isn't a bad number.
They stopped releasing official data in 2015, so they could have picked up another million or more after that, but unlikely.
But those aren't bad numbers. Those aren't bad numbers. Bad numbers are like 10 million.
Oh crap.
That's just me spitballing numbers here.
Switch 2 has sold 12 million. I'm gonna be the Vita outsold the Wii U. Oh, that's an interest. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think the Switch 2 is gonna sell as much. I think the Switch 2 probably lifetime sales maybe like 80 to 100 million. I don't think they're gonna sell like hotcakes like the Switch 2 did. The conditions are not the same. The Switch was the perfect, secondary console. You had a PS5 and a Switch, a PC and a Switch, an Xbox and a Switch. You know, and also it was cheap enough that like you bought a Switch for everyone in the family. Like,
yes,
like the big brother might have had the regular Switch, and all the little kids had Switch Lites. Now, granted, will Nintendo release a Switch 2 Lite? They probably will.
Probably. That's just only a logical step forward.
Yeah, I think if I had to guess a price, I would probably say $300.
Something like that, yeah.
Like the Switch 2 for $200 was a freaking steal. But I don't think they're gonna sell the Switch 2 Lite for $200.
No. We're talking about this, and my brain just went, can I buy a DVD player right now? Nick,
yeah, you probably can. They still sell them.
Yeah, Nick, please hit me with a hammer.
Bonk. I got the Switch 2 as an early B-Day present for my family back in June.
Oh,
nice. That's actually a pretty good birthday present, not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's a good gift. Very well played.
Yeah. I don't know. The future is kind of a bit uncertain. Like, could the Switch 2 still fail? Yeah. But it's looking less and less likely as time goes by.
Yeah, as time goes by and they do slight modifications and they adjust pricing, it's going to do fine.
I don't like the game key card situation. I really don't.
No. But they're going to change course with time because they're going to realize doing this is bad.
Yeah.
Every company goes through this mistake era. Need I remind anyone that's old enough? The new Coca-Cola fail-boated in the early 1980s because they changed the serum. Nobody
Yeah,
liked it.
they're trying to chase Pepsi. I wasn't alive.
Oh, I
Back
was,
then.
but I was a toddler, so of course I
Yeah,
wouldn't know. I only know about it through the news later on in life, but now knowing the history of it, Nintendo is going through their new Coke phase.
I don't know. I don't know about that hard, but if I get a Switch 2, I'm treating it like a digital only console with like some physicals as a bonus because there's no way I'm doing those GameCube cards. It's like I'll get a Switch 2, I'll get a terabyte a micro SD card, and I'll just treat it as because the Steam Deck because like I already buy games digitally on the Steam Deck for Steam, so my thing was I bought so whenever Switch games I always had to do the thing. It's like do I want the physical version? Like, do I want to own it physically? If yes, then I more than happy to buy the Switch version.
Mm-hmm.
If no, then I'd be better served buying the PC version because better experience.
Yep.
Like for example, I have Suikoden 1 and 2 HD for the Switch because Suikoden 2 is a very expensive game on the PlayStation, and I wanted to own Suikoden physically, so now I do, and that's cool.
Yep.
Like I have TMNT, the Mega Man Battle Network collection, and there's a couple of Switch games I want to buy, like Lunar, maybe Mortal Kombat Legacy, that kind of thing.
Yeah. No, bad Jason. We are not talking about Mortal Kombat and its failures. No.
Oh, the Legacy collection about like how the online is kind of borked. So I think it's being blown out of proportion a little bit because for 95% of the people that play the game are going to have a good time because 95% of the people just want to play the single player, and if they play multiplayer, it's going to be like local co-op.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody, like most people are not doing it for the online.
No.
I get that the online is trash, and that is a legit issue. But that's only for like hardcore, kind of people. Most people are never even touch, or like they play it once. It's like, oh, online's trash, but then they go back to like playing the regular versions.
Yeah, that's how it's gonna go. Did they goof? Yes, but is there a solution? Yes, and they already have it built in.
Yeah. But still, I'm just glad we got, Mortal Kombat Collection. I think that's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not having to deal with any new games. It's all the old good games, and we're not having to worry about anything else.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the Vita, if the Vita did all the things you guys say it did, it sounds impressive for its date and time. It really does.
It was ahead of its time. It was very much ahead of its time. Like the things it did, like people will say like it was 10 years ahead of the time. It's not an unfair claim to make. I think it's a pretty fair statement actually. It did a lot of things really well. It just made some key mistakes. Like they had a 3G model, but it was tied to AT&T, which was and like most of the online stuff didn't really work as well. So
that
I do love Bravely Default 1, but this is not a 3DS episode, Joseph.
we will have a 3DS episode at some point.
Yes. So basically the way this is going to go is PS4, PS5 next week, Friday night feature, and on the 5th we're doing a comic book review. I don't know what comic we're going to review yet. If you guys have any suggestions, please put in the comments.
Please don't do the Superman death in the 1990s because then I'm going to be lost in nostalgia and rage at the same time. Don't do this to us.
We'll do that one eventually, but not this time. But yeah, we got to agree on that one. Probably sometime soon, I think.
Yeah, probably sometime soon. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Speaking of comics, one of the features that doesn't really get talked about much nowadays is you could buy and read comic books on your PSP.
Really?
Yes. And I engaged with it. I think I had some with like the free comics. I think maybe I bought one or two. And it was actually a pretty good experience.
Interesting. I didn't know you could do that. I'd never thought of things as just video game centers. I didn't know you could do that.
So what it was is you basically just click the arrow keys to go panel by panel, and it worked pretty well. And the PSP screen was good enough to kind of render it in a pretty good thing. And then I remember the PS Vita version of Minecraft was pretty impressive because for a while the Pocket Edition on phone. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, and I think the Vita got Minecraft way sooner than the 3DS. Like the 3DS Minecraft version came out like pretty late in its life, and it was only for the new 3DS. Versus like the Vita one. So yeah, like Vita having Minecraft, that was a big like plus portable Minecraft, because the only option for portable Minecraft at the time was the phone and the Vita.
They got ahead of the curve on Minecraft. Wow. Impressive. Minecraft came out then, and it's still going strong right now.
Yeah, because like the funny thing was, like each console got like their own version, and then they eventually kind of coalesced everything into Bedrock. But fun fact, Bedrock is actually built off of Pocket Edition. Because for Pocket Edition, they basically rewrote everything in C. And whereas the original version was based in Java. So, like, yeah, eventually they just kind of, like...
coalesced everything.
And it was a recent change, too, because, like, there was a Switch version of Minecraft. Like a dedicated Switch version of Minecraft, and they just turned it over to Bedrock.
Wow. Impressive.
Yes, I agree, actually.
I think Charcoal agrees.
Yes. She's just happy to be out. She's not really disturbing anybody, so yeah.
Oh, no. It's just cute.
But yeah, I just think it would, like... I always like to play the What If game.
Yep.
I say because of Final Fantasy, which is originally on... Final Fantasy was originally on the NES, my friend.
Really?
Yeah, that's where it first happened, was the Final Fantasy 1 on the NES.
Huh. Fun fact, for those of you who don't know, the name Final Fantasy was originally given because they thought that would be their final game. Turned out to be their saving grace.
I think that's a bit apocryphal, but I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, that's the way the story was always told to me. Now, whether it's true or not, I don't know. I could solve that by an internet search, but why? Unless the audience wants me to do it, I'm not going to.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to ask you to. The audience might have other things, but
yeah.
Imagine Shadow of the Colossus on the Vita. That would be interesting.
Oh, that would have been game changer.
That would be interesting.
Because that game is still talked about today. Because that is the gauntlet your character goes through in that game. Impressive.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of like what other games could they port. Like what PS3 or 360 games would make an impact. Yeah, because they did Uncharted Golden Abyss, which is kind of a cut down thing. I think they probably could have done a Last of Us port for the Vita.
They could have done a Resident Evil 4 port as well. Maybe.
No, they definitely could have. Because it was originally like a GameCube PS2 game. They definitely could have put that on there. Was it ever on there? Because like Resident Evil 4 is like one of the most ported games. Okay. No, it did not officially come out on the Vita. I just checked.
Oh no, Vita
which is weird because like Resident Evil 4 was ported to everything. So I'm kind of surprised it didn't.
Yeah. Because Capcom was trying to get that game everywhere. Because when it sold like crazy for the GameCube and everybody loved it, they wanted it everywhere.
Okay, so I was just checking. Yes, Metal Gear Solid 3 actually did come to the Vita as part of the Metal Gear HD collection they did back in the day. Because like the 3DS got a dedicated port of 3. I remember that. That's always like the weirdest thing. Like they got a port of like Resident Evil Metal Gear Solid 3 got a port on the 3DS. It's really weird.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just checked. Yes, Resident Evil 4 did get ported over to PlayStation 2 eventually.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, I think they did. Yeah, you get Resident Evil Revelations. Yeah, a lot of the HD ports they were doing at the time also got Vita releases.
I will be right back. Nature's making a call, apparently.
So there was no Silent Hill HD collection. Yeah, the Vita is definitely like a pretty big what-if console. Let's see here. But yeah, going back to the PSP, which I definitely have more experience in. I always preferred the 3000 because the 2000 and 3000 have more RAM. The original one has 32. The original PSP has 32 megabyte. I almost said gigs. Holy crap. Megabytes of RAM. And the 2000 3000 have 64 megabytes of RAM. And then also, but yeah, the brighter screen, built-in microphone. I don't know. I just always kind of prefer the form factor. I had a Vita, and it feels really good in the hand. Like, it has kind of more bulges on the side. I think actually work pretty well. The thing about the Vita the PSP that I've always kind of championed is the screen looks really, really good. Like I feel like it's HD. It's not.
I am back.
But like I don't know. Just I would hold it up to the screen, but like I've always felt like the PSP had a really good screen. Like it looked like the clarity to it.
That screen actually looks to be decent.
There's a Jack and Daxter trilogy, but yeah, that was a problem. I'm gonna put charcoal back. That was a problem with a lot of Vita games. Is yeah, they ran, but they ran like dog doo doo.
Oh no! Seriously?
Like Borderlands 2 on the Vita is a feat, but it runs like butt.
So they basically put you through the meat grinder.
Yeah, like the frame rate is absolute garbage. They don't look that well. Joseph Webb, handhelds are not consoles. The Switch is a hybrid. It's basically a handheld, but like, yeah, that's the thing. Like, I've always been a handheld gamer, or at least that's mostly what I've done most of my life. So I have kind of like a preference for handheld gaming. I do like consoles. I do like PC, but handhelds have always kind of held a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
It's like the personalization. It's mini discs. Oh my god! Imagine.
I miss the mini disc. The first mini disc system I had was the GameCube, and I miss the mini disc.
No, I think he's talking about the Sony mini disc.
Ah.
Which were basically like these like floppy disk size things.
Huh.
Jason, you ever seen the mini disc?
No, never seen it. This is actually, I think, my first time hearing about it. Maybe I heard about it in the past, but it disappeared in the void of my brain.
All right, let me show you these pictures. These are mini discs,
Huh.
and these are some mini disc players. It was an audio format in like the 90s and 2000s, mostly the 90s. Like you could record music on it. There was some like music release on mini disc.
Interesting.
Yeah. Mini disc is a format that I kind of wish it took it off because I find it to be really interesting.
Yep.
Oh, and then we get mini disc compared to UMD.
Oh no.
But yeah, so then we got that. But yeah, let's see. And like both of them had yeah, so this is the generation where internet really started to take off. Because like both the DS and the PSP and the 3DS and the Vita, they had web browsers, they had online stuff.
Really?
So Furry Kitten says, I came in late. The Vita was an expansion of technology. Sony US screwed it. It was integrated to Xperia, PS3, PSX expansion.
Huh.
Oh, that reminds me. Jason, have you heard of the Sony Xperia Play?
No, this is my first time hearing about it at all. I didn't know it existed.
It is a PlayStation portable phone.
What?
DST, DAT, and mini disc were an expansion. Yep, you are correct, Kitten. So this was a phone that Sony made that had a slide-out gamepad. It was commonly known as the PSP phone.
Color me astounded. Seriously. Seriously,
Yeah.
This was a thing?
Yeah, it was a thing.
Wow. I'm having to keep my door open a little open because a feline invader decided to get in my room. If you're hearing a little more noise, that's what's going on, everyone.
Fun fact: Microsoft Pocket Edition was first made. Ooh, wow, that is actually kind of crazy.
Really?
So check this out. This is the Sony Xperia Play, and it's playing Resident Evil 4.
Okay, on a phone.
To be fair, this mobile port is really crap, but yeah.
No, it's that you can do it. I don't care how ishty it is, but dang.
All feline invaders get a pussy pass. Yes, you do.
Yes, it gets a pass.
But yeah. So it was an Android phone, but yeah.
Yeah.
So you've heard this is a bit of a tangent, but you've heard of the NVIDIA Shield, right? You know, the set-top box?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
All right.
This is the NVIDIA Shield Portable. Some of you out there might remember this. NVIDIA released this Android-powered handheld in 2013, so at the time of making this video, it's around
This was a thing.
Old. It's 2024, and I wanted to see if we could still game and run emulators on this device. And given that it is powered by an ARM chip that's 10
So yeah, is your mind blown, Jason?
It's blown. I'm impressed. I didn't know Nvidia did this.
Yeah, I mean the Shield brand still exists today. They have like the set-top boxes, but yeah, that's where it all started with the Shield Portable.
Oh, impressive.
Most impressive. You could say, without the Shield Portable, we would have never gotten the Switch. Because there is a direct line from that to the Switch, because the Switch runs off of NVIDIA's Tegra chip, which is used for their Shield devices. So, there is a direct line from that to the Switch.
See,
and
everyone?
The Switch 2.
See, everyone? Evolution is a real thing. Proof. The Nintendo Switch.
Without that, we might have never gotten the Switch.
Yep. Well, you can also thank Nintendo for the PlayStation itself. Nintendo was the evolutionary point of a lot of things.
Yeah, so many stories in the game industry can be started off with, well, Nintendo pissed me off, so I ...
Yeah, so I ...
Oh gosh.
I'm just waiting for the programming company that starts off with, well, I tried to do this, but Nintendo did ... That's going to be an interesting starting point.
Yeah, the same X1 that was in the Shield that was later used in the Switch. So yeah, you can very much draw a line. Like, it's not even like up for debate. There is a line from that console. The Vita had integration of parent systems with Polys. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, the Vita had multi-touch.
Really?
Because that was kind of like a touch screen, very smooth. Like, you could kind of turn the page or whatever. I wonder if there was ever like an ebook kind of thing to where you could actually turn the page by doing that.
Technically, Amazon has something like that, but it's clunky and stupid. The last version of it I tried to use.
But the tech of Nintendo PlayStation was an offshoot. J-Mine shipped it out for Atari and later Amiga. Yeah, like Nintendo PlayStation, that what the Nintendo working on is not the PlayStation we eventually got. They completely rebuilt the hardware from scratch. Controller, handheld, NVIDIA. Yeah. I always do wonder, like, what if NVIDIA had kept going with this? Where things would be now? Because you could kind of make the argument the NVIDIA Shield was the first Steam Deck.
You could make that argument, yeah.
Yeah.
NVIDIA was trying to play off what it knew. I'll give them that.
But yeah, I just find the evolution of these kind of things like really interesting. Like, if you ever look up like the family tree of game engines, and how all of them seem to kind of go back to id and like the Quake and Doom engines.
Yep.
Like Call of Duty runs off of a modified Quake engine. Half-Life, Quake, like so many things kind of like run off of the id tech stuff. Like engines kind of based off of this or that. It's very, very fascinating, I think.
It wouldn't surprise me if Resident Evil itself wasn't based off it to some degree.
I don't know.
We're talking the original. We're talking to the original here, not the new stuff, because they have their own system now. So,
if you're talking about like the NVIDIA Shield being the first Steam Deck, the MSX and MSX2 were dedicated like console computers. Like, I'm more talking about like a portable PC kind of thing. Excuse me, if you're going to call engines and Bell Brandon code, I'm sorry, Furry Kitten, could you kind of rewrite that a little bit? I'm having trouble.
Lost me.
id Tech 3 is used for a lot of awesome games. Jedi Outcast, Voyager, Jedi Academy. id Tech 3 powered a lot of really cool games.
Yeah, it did indeed. I've actually played those games.
In fact, for example, so the Source engine is based off the Gold Source engine, which is based off of like the Quake 2 engine. So like stuff like Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines runs off the deck. And then obviously Epic's engine, the Unreal Engine, has powered so many things. You know, they date back to the late 90s. They deserve their flowers, you know.
Yeah. And that Unreal Engine has evolved to what it is now is impressive. Not gonna lie.
I think the Unreal Engine peaked with 4. I think 5 is like unoptimized mess of an engine.
I'm not gonna deny that. I'm not gonna deny it. It's only a matter of time before you stab yourself. You know.
Pretty much.
What is it?
But yeah, I've always considered like a lot of those. Like I would love to interview John Carmack. I would love to pick that guy's brain. Oh god, the guy's a freaking genius.
Yes.
The original fast 3D code, Elite wireframe. Oh, Elite. Oh yeah, that one. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Because that was running on like Amigas and whatnot. You had a huge Elite.
Yeah.
It's definitely a game. That's what we're talking about. You showed RE4 on something that like a phone looked good to be. To be fair, it was potato quality, and Resident 4 had a very crappy mobile phone port at the time.
Yes, and we must give the potato its due. It was the original battery. Everyone, come on.
Original battery. But yeah, I kind of like, for example, I would argue the original version of the Switch is the Sega Nomad.
I forgot that existed.
Because the Sega Nomad was a portable Genesis, but you could hook it up to the TV.
Yep.
It ran on 16K through 32K, 6502s, let alone Amigas. Yeah. Yeah, it was a feat.
Wow, that's impressive.
I'm always like in awe of what some people can do with programs or whatever. Like that's why I thought like Doom, everything John Carmack does. But also that's why I found like the Switch to be an interesting time. Because you get these wonder ports. Which probably should save that for like the Switch episode. But like seeing Witcher 3 run on the Switch and run kind of okay is like black magic to me.
Yeah, a lot of these games that you think shouldn't run on the system, but it does, that's impressive.
Like, for example, John Carmack and John Romero did a Mario Brothers 3 port for PCs back in the early 90s, and they got smooth scrolling to work on PCs, which was notorious to not work.
Yeah, I remember that. Around 95, maybe 2000, we were doing that. That was impressive.
No, this is like 91, 92.
91, 92, okay. Yeah, you're right. Believe it or not, there was a typing program for computers that was Mario. This was 91 to teach you how to type on a keyboard.
Here's the prototype, by the way. Like, look how good that looks.
That looks really good.
Now remember, this is very early 90s.
Yeah.
They eventually used this tech for Commander Keen.
Nice.
Doom 2016 was the game that fully convinced me to get the Switch. I said, no way. And then also the fact that like Doom Eternal runs on the Switch. I don't think it runs well, but the fact that it runs on the Switch is crazy.
Okay, I had to do the search for this. The game I was talking about is called Mario Teaches Typing. That legit existed
Oh,
for
Mario taught me. Yep, yep. I actually used that in middle school. Mario taught. My typing skills are the result of Mario and Mavis Beacon.
Yep.
All right. The Switch is an adequate device. The Vita was an amazing but wasted opportunity. By the way, Sony also Ferox themselves. Yeah. I think the UMD was a good idea. But I don't know. Like, I think they probably would have been better served using some version of SD cards.
Yes.
Because one of the good things about like just use like is they could have expanded the capacity as things got cheaper. Because that's what happened with a lot of the older consoles.
Yep.
Like the whole reason we got Resident Evil 2 on the N64, which by the way is another miracle port, is because the price of them gone down. And then Hood of Raven 6 is set up. Joke's on you. I played Disney Adventure and typing with Timon and Pumbaa.
Oh.
He says there's a delay in comments. Yeah, buddy. Definitely.
Yep.
I actually got the limited run cartridge of Eternal for Switch. I was so sad when it first launched. Then in 2020, it's digital only.
Ooh.
Jokes on you. Gosh. Oh, that's another thing. We're talking about like limited run. They kind of got their start on the Vita. Like the Vita is really what made them.
Yeah.
Like, because they were releasing a lot of games on the Vita, and then they kind of like, thing is like all of like the cool hit indie games were released on the Vita, but when the Switch came out, that's where all they went. But without the Vita, limited run games would not have been able to get their start.
Yeah. Nope.
The PS3 was 99% successful. The reason Blu-ray made HD a thing was because why buy two systems? The Sony learned from Betamax. Yeah. The format war between HD and Blu-ray, it's not quite that way. But yeah, PS3 is the reason why Blu-ray won the war. Very, very much so. UMD might have been what I was thinking of the maintenance, right? I think that's what you were. Yeah, because it's two separate things. Thing about the PS3 was, and we talked about this last week, was it started out crap, but by the end of the generation, they won. The PS3 sold more than 360.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, we did bring that up, and that's one of the things that like I got to give it points for, because I was going on and on about how excited I was for Steam Machine and Steam Deck Remote Play, but then I realized Vita did that like 10 years ago.
Yep. And we mentioned this, they were like just 10 years too advanced for their own good.
Yeah. I think it's part like price, memory cards, also the fact that like games, like I can name so many standout games for the PSP, but for the Vita it's like Gravity Rush. Like, by the way, games that are original to the Vita, not ports. Because like, yeah, you're gonna bring up stuff like Uncharted Gold Abyss is another one, but like there's a lot of PSP games that are original to the PSP that make you want to play it.
See, that's why I can't say. Well, okay, I take that back. I was about to say, there's not many PC games that you can say were solely for the PC, but Doom, all of those were originally for the PC. But you can't say that now because they're everywhere. But Vita, I think Vita, like you said, it was good technology, but at the wrong time.
The Vita, I like to compare to the Dreamcast. And yes, by the way, the Vita did outsell the Dreamcast. Just gonna point that out real quick. Basically, a lot of the Vita and the Dreamcast is like a what if. It had so much potential ahead of its time. Like a lot of the same, like they say a lot of the same things about each other, and that's not an insult, I would say.
Yeah, that's
sometimes you can run too fast. It's not ahead of your competitors, but also too fast for the spectators, and that's what the Vita did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like you said, so did the Dreamcast.
Yeah, I mean the Dreamcast was I mean ahead of the time was just one of its the factors in its demise. But yeah.
Yeah, there's a ton of what ifs. What if the Dreamcast hadn't failed? Where would we be now? What if the Vita was at the right time? What would we have now?
I mean, what is the right time for the Vita? Because like there's no way Sony wasn't going to do a follow-up handle because the PSP objectively did well. Objectively. Yes. 80 million units. Games sold well. It objectively did well. Oh yeah, the all black one. That is a beautiful console.
Yeah. See, I can't hear all
so
black.
They had to do something. I had the one Uncharted game for the Vita. For some reason, I can't quite remember why. Something to do with the other game, I don't know, sucked. I like the Uncharted games. I don't know what you're talking about, but
yeah, Uncharted is one of those series that I didn't play it, but everybody said it was good, and I should have got it. I get beaten for not playing it.
Mm-hmm. It just sucks that like the MotoStorm franchise had kind of flamed out by the time the Vita came around because, oh my god, a new MotoStorm game on the Vita would have been amazing.
Yes.
Because for those who don't know, MotoStorm was a graphical showcase for the PS3, and it even got PSP ports. But like actually, let me check if MotoStorm PS Vita. Okay, so I guess they did get MotoStorm RC.
Yeah. And I just read your comment, Hooded Raven. Yes.
I'm looking at like pictures of MotoStorm RC. It's not bad.
Yeah.
If Dreamcast hadn't failed, I mean, we did get Spawn games on the PS2 and Xbox, so
yeah.
Yeah, that was an interesting run because we got like a Spawn game for the Super Nintendo, for the Dreamcast. There's one on PlayStation and PS2. And then they kind of stopped making Spawn games after that.
Yeah. Boo to that. Boo.
Oh, which if you could have afforded it, the Neo Geo, the PC Engine, or would have accepted it, Amiga 32. The Vita was destroyed. Like it was destroyed in. Have you noticed? I really wanted the Vita to succeed. It would have accelerated expectations from later generations. Yeah, I noticed, furry kitten.
Yeah.
So if you guys are having fun, please give us a like. If you'd like the discussion, please consider giving us a sub. We talk about a lot of different video game topics, comic books, a lot of nerdy stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, the Neo Geo in the '90s was definitely the rich kid console.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
You know it's bougie when the games themselves cost as much as like a Super Nintendo did at the time. I think the games themselves were like $300 or something.
Yeah,
they're the full. So for the price of one Neo Geo, you can potentially buy 2 Super Nintendos.
Yep.
I'm going off the fact that like Super Nintendo at the time was like $150, $200. But yeah, so the PC Engine or TurboGrafx 16. And they did like the Turbo Express, which was like the portable, or the PC Engine Express is a portable version of that. Oh gosh.
I just did a look for the price of Neo Geo games. Now they're like 3,240, but I'm looking for at the time.
Yeah. By the way, yeah, Sony, yeah, screw 'em. I don't know. Like the only game company that I actively will defend is Valve, and I really don't like the whole like it sucks when Gabe is gonna die or whatever. Like they act like Gabe is on his deathbed.
No, he's not.
We have at least another 10 good years with Gabe.
Yes.
20 probably, maybe even 30.
Maybe. Because people are just starting to live longer because we're living healthier lives. We've got better stuff. We live longer.
Oh, the one for the Xbox.
Yeah. I just did a Google search. Really brave, but still same thing. The prices for the Neo Geo games at the time were $200 to $300. So you're right. You could buy two Nintendos for the price of one Neo Geo game. That's expensive.
Famicom, aka the NES. I mean, the Genesis always does with Nintendo, so
yeah. So they basically damned themselves.
See, that's the thing. It's like it's kind of an interesting question of what if the Vita had succeeded, you know? Because if it was a success, all right, that because you got to remember they would be coming out with a handheld around the time of the PS5, and I really feel like they would have been developing the PS5 and the Vita 2, let's just say, to integrate more, because like remote play was going to be a thing, and they would have definitely seen what the Switch would have done. So I don't think I think they're like the Vita successor. It's a pretty safe bet that if they would have done another like a Vita 2, it would have been more closely integrated with the PS5. Remote play, I think that would be interesting.
Yeah.
By the way, anyone complaining about certain games, price Star Fox on release. I don't like the inflation argument.
No, I always look at the price at the time. I don't look at what the price would be today. I look for it at the time.
In my opinion, video games should cost $60 at most. I would prefer they do $50. Because the problem is video game prices are it's like as soon as like $70 start to get normalized, they start arguing for $80. There are people who are desperately wishing for GTA 6 to be $100 so that they have an excuse for $100 games. This is why I don't like the argument, because it's an ever-shifting target. It's an ever-shifting window.
But people don't make that much, and that's what's really going to bite them.
In this economy, that's the thing.
Yeah, that's what's going to cause the price to go back down to 70 or 50, because people just can't afford it. Simple. Yeah.
Like, I always laugh, like, when Hollow Knight Silk Song came out and it was $20, and game devs were freaking the frick out. Delicious.
Yeah, tasting their tears.
Essentially, yeah. But yeah, I think it's kind of interesting. Like, and kind of going back to the Steam Machine argument, price is going to be key for that, because I think anything over $500 for the base model, and it's kind of a non-starter.
Yeah, it's going to be, but you know they have to know this. They see what's happening to this to the Nintendo Switch 2. They see that, and they know what people are going to be accepting of and what they're not.
See, the thing is, they said they're going to try to price it to an entry-level PC. That could literally mean anything. You can get entry-level PCs for like $400 to $500.
Yep.
And I know that somebody like added up the component cost, and it was like $425 just for parts. But that was a person buying it. Valve can buy in bulk.
Valve can buy in bulk. Here's the thing.
So let's like it'll probably be closer to like $400 for parts. Maybe $350 if they try hard enough. So, and plus they're probably just gonna sell it at cost or maybe a little bit of a loss because the more people that buy this, the more people buy in Steam games,
and that makes them profit. Here's the thing:
so
the PC that I have right now, 5 years ago, cost me $3,000, but that's because I bought upper end. I could have bought a cheap computer for like $200, but I didn't want that. If that's what they're going for, if I adjust it for a console, like you said, $300 maybe for the high end. For the lower end, who knows?
I was an EE and programmer. Nintendo was a giggle. I used to write stuff for ends. Oh, you have stories to tell. Oh wow.
Oh wow. Yes, do inform.
Yes. Gosh. You were in the trenches. Wow. You must. Oh gosh. The stories you gotta have. Wow. I always love. I made more from public domain than I did coding for Nintendo. Wait, you coded for Nintendo?
Impressive.
Most impressive. Sorry, you set me up.
I set people up all the time. Come on, that's my lot in life.
You dirty, filthy rat. Sorry, Charcoal. Oh gosh. But yeah. I don't know. Like I feel like the Vita's true potential was never really shown. Like how powerful it really could be.
Yeah,
I've always kind of wanted to see like an indie game to show how powerful it really could be. Just like with the Dreamcast, never really got shown that too much. I feel like the PS3, Sony really got their mileage out of the PS3. I would say
they got their mileage out of the PS3. The PlayStation 4 just rode that wave. I'm sorry, it did.
The PS4 was definitely Sony learning from the mistakes, but we're going to be getting into that next week. So,
oh yeah, for sure, and that's the system I played religiously.
I was seconded, not directly coded, but paid via trust. Okay.
I
don't know what that means, but
I kind of get what that means, but that's because business management education. I kind of get what that means.
Fair enough. So yeah, I would be more than happy to keep this discussion going, but like I'm actually going to be on Lethal Nonsense channel in about a half hour, so we're going to start wrapping up here. Nerds man coding, I mean nerd women coding as well, but yeah. So tomorrow we're playing some Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty. That's going to be cool. Sunday we're doing some more Fallout 4. Oh my god, like that Sunday stream, I was not expecting that kind of reaction. So we'll do it again. Fine, whatever.
We'll do it again because you guys love torturing me.
I would like to see the Vita should be relieved to Uber hack hardware. That would be interesting. Kind of like what they did with the Jaguar, where they kind of open source everything. You had like the Beagle board. Yeah, like I don't know if you knew, Jason, but like the Jaguar was kind of like the original homebrew console.
Really? Did not know that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, that was a thing. So yep, Sunday we'll do Fallout. Tuesday we're continuing Golden Sun. And then next Friday, we'll be doing the PS4, PS5. And then just kind of make an announcement. So next Saturday on the 22nd, I will be at Blue Water Comic Con in Port Huron, Michigan. I'll have Screecher, Return Samurai. I'll even have some copies of Lost Kingdom to sell and sign for you guys. So because of that, the Saturday show will be starting an hour later at 9 because it's actually a long drive, and so so we'll be starting an hour later and probably maybe just going for 3 hours. So Jason, just remember that.
Yeah, no, I'll remember it. You'll also message me tomorrow just to alert me. All
right, that is a fair argument, Furry Kitten. Yeah, Yep. Have a good one, Jason. And Furry, thank you for stopping by. I think your comments were very insightful. We'd love to have you in the comment section more often, so please consider giving us a like or subbing to the channel. Yep. So the Friday shows are for video games and comic books. And yeah. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Furry Kitten. Thank you, Hooded Raven. Thank you, Black Reaper Kai. Thank you, Iron Inquisitor. Thank you, everybody. Never not listen to nerds, bro. Thank you, Jason. Yeah, Jason's been a great supporter. Like, if you ever look at my Twitter, he's just commenting up a storm, and I love reading what he says. So, Jason, Joseph, sorry, I just call him Jason. Okay.
Yeah.
Joseph, thank you for being a fan. I really appreciate you. I just wanted to say that to you. I see you and I appreciate you. But this has been Nick from the Phoenix Press. Remember, I'm sorry. It's like it says already sub, but thank you. All right, cool. This is Nick from the Phoenix Press. Remember, I can only show you the door. You just walk through it.